All right, all right. Greetings, greetings. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Kenny J with G.O.B.E Trade House. I want to welcome everybody to Coffee in the Morning with G.O.B.E. We do this call every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m., giving you motivation, inspiration, and strategy. Super excited to be on this morning. I see our G.O.B.E Trade House family, our G.O.B.E Trade House Foundation. Shout out for everybody who's tuning in. We're just coming off our first New York session. For those who were on the New York session this morning, and you were able to hit TP and take that trade that we called out, let's go ahead and get a 111 in the chat if you were able to wake up and if you enjoyed the New York session, our first New York session this morning. Wow, a lot of people tuned in. All right, all right. That's what we like to see. Absolutely. We had a great time on the session, guys. We're actually able to get a run up the bag challenge trade out. So this was trade number 18. So we're currently 16 out of 18 on a run up the bag challenge. All right, landing us at about 88.8% accuracy, which is ridiculous. Okay, so shout out to the sniper crew. Everybody's putting in a lot of back testing, a lot of hard work to make sure we get the most accurate trades this month. Heading to Miami. Got my Miami shirt this morning because we're about 8 days out. All right, so we're really excited. I can't wait to see everybody in Miami. All right, so we're really running up the bag this month with extreme accuracy. And shout out to everybody, part of the sniper crew, doing a great job. And of course, our trade community, everybody tuning in. So the next New York session, we just now released the calendar in the group. It will be uploaded and updated inside of the back office. The next New York session is Thursday at 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. So if you missed this one, okay, you have the chance to get on it this up and coming Thursday. It was a very fast-paced, exciting session. Pairs were moving like crazy. We actually smashed TP while we were on that call. All right, so that is incredible. All right, so definitely, guys, the New York session, I think is going to be a staple inside of G.O.B.E. So on Thursday, we'll see everybody tune in on that. All right, so we got an exciting call this morning. We have a pretty cool panel. All right, so I want to get to a few things. But before we do, I just want to see if we have any new people in the house. This is your first time on a Coffee in the Morning with G.O.B.E, or you're just now getting started inside a G.O.B.E Trade House. Let's go ahead and get a 111 in the chat right now. Let's go ahead and drop a 111 in the chat. If this is your first time on a Coffee in the Morning with G.O.B.E, or you're just now getting started inside a G.O.B.E Trade House, drop a 111 inside the chat. And yes, I'm looking in the chat. Yes, there's still pairs that we're waiting on to hit our entry points. I think we had about 4 really good solos, possibly even 5 in the New York session. So it's possible, guys. It's possible we could get another run up the bag challenge trade in the daytime. Okay, so everybody just hold off. Make sure you keep your notifications on. We may get another trade. All right. So awesome, awesome. Someone said, I guess I'll drop a 111 due to still learning. Absolutely. We're all still students. We all got to stay in student mode, but we all got our G.O.B.E family on this morning. So perfect. All right. So we're going to go ahead and dive into our call this morning. The first thing we want to do is review a couple winning trades. So I want to go over Swiss franc JPY. And you guys excuse my voice this morning. I have my my ginger tea in my G.O.B.E cup. I know my voice is kind of scratchy this morning. Okay. It sounded like the Cookie Monster. You guys just got to be patient with me. All right. So right now I'm currently on the hour chart, guys. So this was a trade we called out last night. All right, on the run up the bag challenge. This is my particular pair, Swiss franc JPY. So what we saw last night is we saw a double bottom forming. Okay. So you can see this W forming here. Okay. And usually when you see a double bottom, after it retests a second time, as long as it breaks our level of resistance and gets a nice retest, more than likely it's going to shoot up and complete that W. And you see what it did. It completed that W as we predicted. So all we were waiting for last night, and wait, hold on, I'm forgetting one thing. Let me put the ether on. We're gonna keep the Joe, we're gonna keep the ether going since we've been ethering the charts, right? We're gonna keep this going. This morning on the New York session, we played all New York music. It was pretty cool. So what we were waiting on, guys, we were waiting on a break of our 9 MA, which was about right here when we got into the trade. We got into the trade, I think, on this candle. We were waiting on a break, all right, of our 9 and a good retest. And we were predicting that it was going to shoot up and get us at least 10 pips. So these marks over here were from the New York session. But last night, if I pull out my short, or not a short, long, excuse me. Excuse me, guys. All right, so we were looking for nothing more than 10 pips on this trade. So we set up a 10 to 25 last night. And as soon as we got that good break and retest, we had this is all in 1 hour. This is a bullish engulfing candle. It shot up. Look at all that price action in an hour. It shot up, guys, gave us another break and retest at a new zone. And then my other alert went off, and then it broke 10 pips on that. But we didn't have to get in that. Everybody was sleeping at this time, so there was no point to throw out another trade. But we smashed 10 pips on this with ease. We rarely got any pushback. We only went probably around 2 or 3 or 4 pips in the negatives. And that's another sniper entry point. Another win for the run up the bag challenge. That one candlestick ran off about 26 pips, right? So that's another win for us. Now what I'm starting to see right now in this pair, we kind of talked about it earlier. Well, let me put on my 50. So on the New York session, in the New York session, there were 2 things we were waiting on. We were waiting for price to break resistance again, retest right around 118.537, and basically give us the same move that it did yesterday, which is right here, okay? We're just gonna take what the market gives us. If it breaks again, we get a nice retest, we can get in for another buy, smash another 10 pips on this thing. And right now I have a 10 to 25 set up right here for a future trade. The other signal I wanted to see if it was gonna come down and retest my 50. I wanted to see if it was gonna come down and retest my 50 at about 118.271. Excuse me. And it did, all right? It retested 50, it broke. It's respecting it as of right now. I wanna see, guys, if it's gonna wick out and close above my 50 before we get in for another buy. Okay, so these were the 2 next buy opportunities I see on this pair. But right now, it's pushing down. So it's not time to get in this thing. We're just gonna wait for it to get into an entry point of what the market gives us. So another win for G.O.B.E Trade House on the run up the bag challenge. All right, and we had 2 other wins. One last night that was originally marked up by our brother Joe. And then we had another one from our brother Joe this morning during the New York session that smashed 10 pips. And literally it was like probably around 10 or 15 minutes. We were out that trade. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to Joe, and he can go over his couple trades that we won, and we're gonna keep the car rolling. Joe, how you feeling this morning, brother?
I'm feeling good. What about y'all?
Feeling good, feeling good. I just need to drink this tea in my throat, man. Going crazy.
All right, so let's, everybody can see my screen, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. So this is the call that we had last night for USD CAT, right? The first thing we always want to ask yourself when we're looking at the trend is what type of trend we on. Looking at the pair, what type of trend we on. And so we see that it's been nice and bearish. So that pretty much lets us know that we're looking for sale opportunities in the market, right? So this is on a 4-hour time frame. It lets us know what we're looking for. Then if you kind of just glance, you can see is that that it wasn't near a level of support, right? So we knew that we was pretty much good to go. But let's just break it down, look at the smaller time frames and go from there, all right? So with that being said, let's look at the 1-hour time frame and then let's zoom in on this thing. So we already know we're looking for sale opportunities, so that's what we call data, of course. The confirmation that you want to make sure you have um, are helping you with the moving average, meaning that the moving averages. So if prices are below our moving average, that's what we want to try to capitalize in the market, right? So we have our 9 and our 50 moving average, basically where it crossed below. And as you kind of see, the current candle that we got in on was this one that we had, this nice bearish candle here. So even if you look on a 30-minute time frame, as soon as we got into this trade, it wasn't much for us to take profit. Pretty much, this is 10 pips or 11 pips. I forgot. Let me see. The TP was at 1.2491, and so let me just put that in here real quick. We don't even have to put it in there. We know we smashed it. So anyway, we smashed pretty much on this first 30-minute candle, possibly the second one, if you didn't get in precisely at the same time. But overall, this is the candle that we got in on because we was looking for those opportunities. The market had just came off of our breaking our moving average, giving us a lot of momentum. So that's something that you want to look out for, right? Is momentum in the market. So we see we had a nice bearish candle. I wanted us to get in sort of like around here, but at the same time, we still was able to smash those 10 pips on USD CAD. And if you kind of like overall see what's going on, right, it's nice and bearish right now. Meaning that we have two candles that shot up past this level of resistance. Let me see if it broke this channel. Overall, it's still in a downtrend, right? Now, if it breaks this level of resistance up here around this area and continue on the upside, I feel like it might be reversal going. What we also see right now is a nice little double bottom to where price is coming up. So this is nothing more than a lot of momentum right now. It's going to come back and retrace. If it retraces and catches that higher low, I like the continuation for the sell opportunity. I mean, for the buy opportunity. We see right now that it broke this level of resistance and it's still shooting up. And then it's currently at another level of resistance right now that is breaking through. If it breaks through this level, I like the buy opportunity for this pair because we were at a major level of support down here, and it has been bullish the last hour or so. Like I said, we're gonna catch a higher low if it stays above this resistance, or stays above the support basically because prices are above this area. I like the continuation for the buy. But if, for example, it retraces and then it rejects that resistance, I feel like it's going to come back down and we'll have another opportunity for USD CAD. All right. So with that being said, we'll move on to the next pair, which is my main pair, which was pound USD. All right. Move this out the way. All right. And so, ooh, I knew it was going to hit that. So basically, what we see here, let's look at the larger time frame first. We see yesterday it was nice and bullish, right? And it hit this level of resistance. If you see in the past, this zone right here, every time it hits this level, it breaks down and it goes very bearish. We had some double tops up here. sorry, sorry, where it broke. And then we had another double bottom here. But overall, we was at a major level of resistance, right? At this level of resistance on the 2-hour time frame, what we saw was a nice bearish engulfing candle at resistance. So that's giving us that confirmation for a sell. So let's look at the 1-hour time frame and zoom in on this thing. So we called this out on the New York session, of course. So hopefully you was able to be on this session because it's going to be a lot of money you can make early in the morning before the day starts. And so again, you can see after this bearish engulfing candle, we had a nice break. It came back up and retested. And we pretty much got a little bit late, but we still got in on this candle here. If we look on a 30-minute time frame, we kind of see that as soon as we got in this candle, We smashed 10 pips already. And so all you said do was kind of like consolidate for a little bit, but overall it came back to our moving average, and then it's going to drop. It's dropped again, basically. This is another 30 pips or so that it created, right? But I feel like it's going to at least come to this level of support here. Once it comes to this level of support, be looking for it to come back down all the way to this major level. We're gonna have a level down here, which is gonna be a lot of pips. But overall, it's gonna hit this level of support. If it breaks this level of support here, it's gonna retest, come back here, and continue on the downside. And then, like I said, that'll be a total of about 200 pips to that zone. So overall, that's the trades that we had from last night. Again, drop some dollar signs if you made some money for these two pairs, and we'll keep it rolling.
Let's go. Let's go. Joe, before you take that away, first and foremost, can you zoom in at your entry candle? Get money, right? So you guys see that entry candle? On that entry candle, we have no drawback at all. That is just a perfect example of a sniper entry point. Okay, right when we got into this trade, it shot off, smashed 10 pips right away. Perfect example of a sniper entry point. Patience equals profits. And Joe, I see what you're saying. We get a nice retest happening here, but we already kind of did. So we're almost close to another sell opportunity. So we need to really solo this. We started to get another bear candle forming, but if it pulls back a little bit near your 9, I think we might be able to get into another sell. How much landscape is it from this particular candle to support right there? What's the pip count?
At least 20, 30 pips or so. But I do feel like it's already creating a lower low now, right? So it's gonna come back and create a lower high, and we'll get on the next entry for this opportunity. For those confirmations, you can kind of see, right? Lower low, lower high. This is when we want to enter that for the sell. It's creating a lower low now. So when price breaks back up on the upside, then we write it down again. That'll be a total of about because we have a better entry, that'll be 40 or so pips to this level of support. So if you stayed in the trade, I think I said on the call too, you can stay in this trade because it will keep going down. And that's what we see now. The market structure is giving us lower lows, so it's nice and bearish. That's all I got.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you guys just stay on the lookout on this. And if that entry point comes back, we might get another run up the bag challenge on this. All right. We're just going to take advantage of what the market gives us, not going to force it, but definitely shout out to Joe. Everybody, let's drop some 777s in the chat for Joe. All right. Great marks. Hot streak that we're on right now. We're going to keep it rolling. We're going to keep it rolling. I see your alert just went off. Yeah, I'm about to check that right now. So
it's pushing down, but it needs to what it's doing is broke this 71A level, meaning that price is reversing. I put the fib on it, and so prices are reversing right now to where I think this NZD USD is probably going to drop. Yeah. So we're going to look out for that. I'm not sure who pair that was, but if it breaks this level of support, I feel like it's going to keep dropping.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, great chart work, brother. All right. We're going to keep it rolling. We'll be continuing to run up the bag challenge tonight, okay, during our Asian session at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. So we're going to go ahead and keep the call rolling. I'm going to bring up somebody right now. Going to give a quick testimony, drop a couple nuggets. First time speaking on this call. Y'all know her very well. She's our Autobot manager. This is Sherry. So Sherry, how you feeling this morning, Sherry?
Nervous.
Absolutely.
Hear
there you go. Now I hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear. Well, the floor is yours.
Okay, so I was going to introduce myself, but he already did. So I'm kind of nervous. So if you hear a little shaky voice, you know why. So basically, for me, since like 2014, 2015, I was introduced to Forex. Um, I was introduced to like a lot of Forex meetings, they always hold these big fancy meetings. And I really wasn't interested. I never paid mind to it at the time, I was working a regular 8 to 4 job. I also own a pastry company. So I just basically didn't have the time or energy. And honestly, I wasn't very open to Forex. Fast forward to 2020, I was doing sales for a company and I reached out to an old associate of mine to basically share my business. Lo and behold, of course, he shares Forex with me, Mr. Kenny Jordan. At the end of the call, I was like, the nerve of this guy. I call him to share my business with him and he sells me Forex. Sure enough, I joined, and not too long after that, life happened. I had to stop Forex. Later in 2020, a friend and I, we were talking about business and, we talked about Forex. Forex is the way to go. Everybody's doing it. There's a lot of money in there. So I told her about the old company and, she decided, okay, let's join. We both joined. However, not too long after, we all know what happened to that company. And 2021, I ended up being the Autobot manager for the best trading company ever, G.O.B.E Trade House. And as the Autobot manager, you know, I was really focused on getting things done. The company is new. There's a lot of people coming in, a lot to do. I was really, really busy. But at the same time, I'm seeing everyone making so much money. And I'm like, damn, I need to get in on that. I need to get in. But honestly, I didn't know anything about trading. I had no clue how to mark up charts, none of that. So, Kenny was always telling me, like, pay attention, do this, do that. But, we all running our own race, we taking our own time. And eventually, I started paying attention. I'm getting on all these calls. I'm just looking on in the background. I remember this one time I spoke to Joe, and Joe showed me support and resistance. And he's like, oh, look, you got it on the first day. I was so excited. And sooner or later, everything just started sinking in when I'm hearing all these snipers talking about just pointing things out on the charts. It started to make sense to me. And like they say, that info, it was just sinking in there, and I guess compounding because little by little I was learning. Fast forward to today, I'm actually compounding my accounts right now. I can get in on my own trades. Like, it's just amazing to see how far I've come because I knew absolutely nothing. And basically just looking on, listening to these guys, I can actually mark up my own charts right now. I'm not perfect. I still got a long way to go, but my point is just pay attention. Easy does it. One day at a time, little by little, you'll get there. We all on our own journey. Nobody's rushing you. Take your time and we'll all get to the top. And that's it basically, it's just to pay attention. That's it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Sherry, for that testimony. Let's get some 777s in the chat for Sherry for not only just sticking to it, participating, but I think we all can agree that she does a great job managing the Autobot in her customer service. Okay, a great job getting people approved right away, responding. Okay, couldn't ask for a better Autobot manager and customer service agent to help there. So doing a great job there. But she's right. When she first got started, a lot of questions, didn't know anything at all about trading. But now you're hearing her say, now she's able to mark up her own charts. Okay. She sends me screenshots all the time of her account compounding, actually following the compound spreadsheet and seeing progress, making money by staying disciplined to that. So it's just another testament of why it's so important to tie in and participate on these live sessions. These live sessions is really what's going to expedite your process to success, because you're not only making money, okay, you're able to learn while watching all the snipers break down what they see on the charts, okay, why we're getting into a trade, why we want to get into a trade, why we would get out of a trade, okay. And like I said, everybody trades different. Everybody's on their own time scale, all right, but staying consistent is the key, okay. And if you want to get consistent quicker, you have to up your level of participation. And that's something that Sherry does well. She's on pretty much every live session, all right, every copy with G.O.B.E, and that's why you're seeing success. So shout out to you, Sherry, and thank you for your testimony. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shift
All right.
J, off.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. Someone said something.
Switch Frank, JPY took off.
All right. All right. Okay. Well, we'll check it out on the back end. We got some snipers on right now. I'm sure somebody will pull it up. We're going to go ahead and keep the call rolling. So the next person we want to go ahead and bring up has a testimony for us. All right. Is D Galloway. D Galloway is D Galloway, are you on right now?
Yeah, I'm on. Good morning. Good morning.
Donovan Galloway, yes, brother. I always see you back there. How you feeling this morning?
It's all good, man. Like I said, I couldn't sit back no longer. I've been in 90 days. I said, let me get out there, man. Definitely spread. You know what's taking place, because and real quick, like I said, my testimony is probably the same as a lot of folks. And I see the people through the video. It don't look like nobody just came up just, with that, like we say, that silver spoon in your mouth. So we're all here for a purpose. We're all here for a reason, for that why. But I never been a part of an organization like this. I was in the Marine Corps. I went to Iraq, did 2 pumps, but it never was this much love, and I never seen as many brothers and sisters really trying to see other folks win. You know what I mean? Like, this remarkable. I'm from a city where, your cousin will talk to his friend bad about you, home of the triple cross, speak to you and try to talk to your girlfriend type stuff, excuse me. So when you get into an organization like this, so I see what's taking place, man, it just makes me smile, because we're at a point when we're looking in the world and it's bad. It's bad what's taking place, so especially during this trial and time that we're dealing with, as Americans, to come up in an organization, man, where brothers is actually, and I don't want to make it look like, we're nobody less of a man, but we're getting fed. We're getting force fed with not only just the money side of it, but this knowledge. Our snipers get on these calls, man, and somebody will say it looked like a buy. Another sniper will say it looked like a snail, then then we'll get together and figure out the best play. And if you only trading with what the sniper's putting out there, bro, you getting some money. I don't care how you want to play it. You getting some money, whatever your lot side is, you know what I'm saying? Because statistics is facts. You getting some money. So I'm very appreciative. I definitely not this type of, like, I even got a really social media, you know what I'm saying? So I'm jumping out there now, and I'm gonna get one soon, because now I got a reason to have one. I'm just a regular working guy. I make a pretty good living what I'm doing, and I got a lot of space, at my job where they don't really be on my neck about anything. So it's cool, but I'm still working for somebody. Don't have an LLC yet. I just set one of them up. And that's, with G.O.B.E, that positive mindset. There's a lot of boss folks on here, man. Like, we all know how to, get a bag or work for someone, take the safe route. But when you get out there, like Mike talked about how marketing was when they first started getting 40, 50, 1,000, 100 people, 1,000 people to start making some money. And you can come into this organization and bring one person and make 40%, bro. Like, I know how to get a check, like I said, and it's all new to me, the marketing and Forex and all that is all new to me. So when I'm seeing this, it's just like, man, it's just crazy. Like, this the freedom. Like, I done made 100,000. I done worked in plants and refineries. I'm from Texas. We done made 100,000. We got that going on right now. It still ain't enough. It still ain't enough, because, like I say, when you making it from a job, you build your way of life from that job. There's so much money. It's $1 trillion a day business. It's $1 trillion, man, a day. Come on, man. Let's not downplay that. And like I said, the information you guys giving us, man. When I first came in, I'd take 4 or 5 pips. I'm gone. I'm up to like 8 and 9 now. I very seldom smash my TP, but I've been very profitable. You know what I'm saying? And that's all. Giving thanks for what you guys doing, and like I said, how you guys teaching it. The atmosphere, the positive vibe, and we all got our own personal life. And if people, I know people married on here, got children. you could be going through something, man, in your personal life. It didn't happen to me. I'm mad about some stuff that's going on at the crib. And I get on G.O.B.E and I hear somebody else's testimony or what they went through or what we trying to do. It's elevation, man. You know, the motto for 2021, I tell my guys every morning when we have our JSA meeting, is be better. Ain't nobody saying you got to change who you are. You know what I'm saying? But be a better version of yourself because you stuck with who you are. Be the best version of yourself. You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, I had to say something. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much. And I'm probably gonna say something again because I done popped the cherry now. I done put myself out there. So but like I say, even with Forex, I never thought, man, I had a 401k and stuff like that from working for a job, but I never thought I'd be really on here trading and really getting it, like understanding, like them lunch and learns, you know, the hour we have at the Asian, the London, and now we got the New York popping. Even if you're doing something, got some other stuff going on, if you can just tune in there, just focus, put your beats on, put your headphones on, plug in and watch these charts, man. You can, you brainwash yourself, man. Just like you brainwash yourself to like the negative things in life, brainwash yourself to get this financial freedom, man. My daughter 10, so I told you I can talk, but I'm gonna cut it up in a minute. My daughter 10, I'm on the computer last night, she pulling up, Daddy, what you doing? Oh, the daddy trading. I've been, like I said, I've always been a good provider, but man, to say you trade and showing your daughter you on the computer, and I'm one of the smart guys now. I'm a trader. I'm a Forex trader. You know what I'm saying? So definitely guys, like, and to all the new people, don't get in here thinking like, hey, and some people might get in 30 days. But if I was you, I'd just stick to what they're giving us. Like I said, I did 90 days. I just started taking my own trades. My first 30 days, they telling us don't do no greed. I put a couple thousand there, thought I was a cryptocurrency. Bloated. Bloated. You know what I'm talking about? I'm bloated. But I said, you know, it's all good. But I wasn't even really mad because I say, you know, to myself, some people sit up there and told me every day, control your greed. You're not going to get rich in a day. But look at me. I think I came in when Alfonso hit the M's. I went across and said, shit, I'm going to get me some. But like I said, that motivation that's taking place in there, but don't have that mindset. Like I say, there's definitely a marathon. You know what I'm saying? You can lose one day and gain the next day. But the big key of what's taking place now is learn and understand what's taking place. I think the homie Vince always say, once it's taught to you, you can't get fired. Bro, like I said, I've been working my whole life. I'm 34 now. I went to the military and came back, and I was able to get a good job due to the military. Not promoting the Marines to nobody. But I'm just saying, I was able to be fortunate being from Texas to get a decent job. But this right here, bro, like, man, it seemed fake. I thought it was fake. It seemed fake. Not now because I'm reading it, but my first 30 days, and I started seeing money. And then when I took the money from my MetaTrader to my wallet, and from my wallet to Cash App, and seeing the money go to my bank account, yeah, it's over with then. It was over with for me. So you like to say to all the new people, man, stay motivated. Even if you take some L's, don't get out there thinking you you figured it out in a week or two. And if you did, you're a genius, and I commend your brother and sister, whoever you may be. But don't get out there, do the trades they give you, but don't just take the trade. Look at what they see, because all this stuff you're gonna see it again. It's one book. You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna see that same little look again, that same little doji, that same morning star, that same evening star. Now I'm looking at the head and shoulders like John Paul done start showing us. You see it. And once you start seeing it, boy, you start smiling and you get excited, you get anxiety because you know what's going to happen. So stay plugged in. Like I say, for me, this is the first time I joined the organization to something like this. The first time I was on any type of marketing. Like I said, I don't even have a social media, you know what I mean? But I will. Stay plugged in, man. This is great. And like I said, no matter what, if the U.S. going in existence, I'm not bringing it. I'm just saying we'll trade British pound and JPY. We can always make money, you know. So definitely stay plugged in. I'm definitely happy to be here. Like I said, I gave myself 90 days to say, let me make sure this is what I'm gonna do. And for me, it takes me a little longer, you know, with trust issues and stuff like that. But these 90 days, man, I was waiting for Mike and Jordan and Kenny and Trill to burn out. Them boys still going hard. Them men still going hard. The ladies, the women of G.O.B.E still going hard. So I'm gonna be in Miami. Like I said, I don't do that. I'm going to Miami. Definitely going to Miami because I'm definitely appreciative of where I'm at in his life, and I'm definitely appreciative of you guys. And I, you know, thank God first of always, you know. But to my new friends, my new brothers and sisters, See ya in Miami. That's all I got, brother.
Hey, Donovan,
Absolutely.
what part of Texas you from, man?
Port Arthur, man, Trill. And if you don't know what Trill is, there's true and real. So we true and real with this trade, man. We true
That's
and real
right.
with this.
That's right. All right. So you like my cousin, brother. My mother is from Port Arthur. All right. So I spent a lot of time out there growing up. All right. You still go out there. So shout out to everybody out there. Let's go ahead and drop some 777s in the chat for Donovan. Thank you for that powerful testimony. He dropped a lot of nuggets in there, guys. A lot of nuggets in there about being consistent. He gave himself a realistic time frame to see success inside of this program. He said he's going to give himself 90 days. And just to hear your terminology, evening stars, doji, right? And talking about all of the language, the lingo, Forex, is showing how much you've grown in only a 90-day period. All right. Already withdrawing your own money. And somebody who said he's taking satisfactory profits, right? He'll cash out early, 4 pips, 5 pips, right? We talk about that. Sometimes you don't have to always hit the home run. You can cash out early, get those satisfactory profits. And as long as you're growing your account, okay, all profits is good profits, right? Your account is still moving in the right direction. Okay. So these are great testimony of how to stay consistent, how to plug into the sessions and earn while you learn with the program. So shout out to you, brother, for sticking down. And now that, like you said, you popped your cherry on the coffee with G.O.B.E, you got to come back, drop some more nuggets. All right. You're a natural, brother. We really appreciate it. So other than that, guys, we have a couple more speakers. I'm going to go ahead and keep the call rolling. Next up, I want to bring up our brother, Jordan Rosario. Jordan, how you feeling this morning, brother?
Hey, I'm doing well, Kenny. How are you?
Doing great, feeling great. Floor is yours, brother.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so today I kind of, very powerful hearing what Donovan had to say because, a lot of, I'm sure my fellow snapper analyst, Joe Threes, could agree with me on this, as well as the other snapper analysts. A lot of what we do in terms of wanting to be on the trading sessions and educating each and every one of you is we want to see similar success stories like Donovan is showing. We want to see people being able to have the confidence to take their own trades, be able to see you grow into your own future Forex master trader. And so, first and foremost, definitely want to give a shout out to you, my brother. And then, just like Donovan, you heard it. It's not, I want to talk about the timetable here because it's definitely something very important that I want to make sure everybody understands. When speaking from my experience, I came into G.O.B.E. I remember the day. It was November 1st of 2021. I'm sorry, 2020. And Chica actually, my mentor, told me about the opportunity. Excuse me. Told me about the opportunity about a week earlier. And at first I thought, just it was going to be a complete get rich kind of quick kind of thing right there. But turns out that was not the way to go about it. And I had to, stay with the course and learn, everything that there is to learn. We talk about support and resistances. We talk about price channels. We talk about trend lines. We talk about how to use the exponential moving average. Excuse me, the exponential moving averages, market structure. I had to learn all of this. And it wasn't, I learned it all quickly. It took me time to get to where I wanted to be. It took me time to build the confidence until, Kenny and I had a separate conversation about me becoming a sniper analyst. So, you are on your own timetable. Don't worry about how long it's going to take you to get there. Because at the end of the day, you are going to get there with enough work and enough patience and enough hustle. It's going to happen. Just stay with it. One thing that I always preach is it's never a sprint. It's always a marathon. And so with the marathon, you may not have to run the fastest, but you gotta keep going. I always talk a lot about the tortoise and the hare. The hare could be, spreading all the way, to whereversville for you. But if you're the tortoise and you're slow, you're steady, you still keep going, even if you're not the fastest, even if you hit a few road bumps along the way, you are going to get to where you want to get to. You are going to envision yourself as that 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and counting figure earner that you have the potential to be. So keep on going with the race. You are going to get there. You are on your own timetable, and it's going to happen for you. And I can't wait to see everybody in Miami. I already got my Ouija board all ready to go for the house, so be ready for that. I was talking specifically to you, Kenny. Everybody, go be great and go be blessed.
Thank you, Jordan. You can leave that Ouija board at home, though. I don't think we need that, but you know, we're gonna have a great time in Miami, brother. And thank you, Jordan. Let's get some 777s in the chat for Jordan. All right, holding down customer service. He's definitely an asset to Go.B. Great sniper. And you know, Jordan always talks about consistency, and Jordan's a great testimony of hard work. All right, having that work ethic, showing up to the party. All right. And as long as you continue to do that, you're going to see success. And as he said, everybody's on their own timetable. I'm going into my 5th year of trading. And I can tell you guys, whenever I first got started, okay, I initially saw that I had some type of ability on the charts to predict, but my weaknesses was all built around the psychology. My weaknesses were all built around my greed, my patience, and my discipline. All right. I'm an Aries, my fiery nature. I was very risky. Okay. I was blowing accounts. I was doing it all. Everything that you guys have been through, I have done it, you know, 5 times over. Okay. In my first couple years of trading. Also, when I first got started, I remember the first package that I purchased, I spent $5,000 on Forex education that I found online. Okay. From a quote unquote master trader. Okay. And Carlos and I, and actually Mike Spycheck at the time, because we all started around the same time, we were spending $250 a week for live sessions. Okay. So could you imagine that, right? And then on top of that, not making a lot of money, okay, in doing so. But I was so addicted to the skill, I didn't matter how much I was going to pay. All right. I had already been to college. I had already spent $50,000, taking out student loans and stuff like that. Did not get much from that for me personally. Okay. So I'm thinking of this is college for me. All right. I'm thinking this out 4 to 5 years, the same time frame that someone will go to get a degree. Why can't we have that same mindset for a skill that could potentially make us multi-millionaires or potentially even a billionaire if you do this the right way? So I know, just based on my experience, when it comes to trying out different trade signal services, I could guarantee you no one on this call has tried more trade signal services than me. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, Go.B Trade House and our signals is the best trade signal service that I've ever participated in. All right. Most of the time, okay, you guys remember the company that we were in before this. For all of our foundational members, it weren't hitting like how our trades were hitting. All right, anybody can agree with me on that? Drop a 111 in the chat, right? You guys, we know, okay, and sometimes the only way you really know is when you actually went out and tested other things. I've tried different Autobots. This isn't the first Autobot that I tried. And this Autobot is the most accurate Autobot that I've tried, okay? Especially when you set it up proper with the proper parameters, all right? I had live sessions. The live sessions that we were paying one time a week, it was one live session a week for $250 a week, okay? We were doing stuff like that. And if you go look online, the average cost for a lot of these Forex universities, the people who really actually go out there and host classrooms and things like that, starting price points around $10,000, all right, up to $40,000. So, and I can tell you what we get inside of Go.B Trade House for $99 a month subscription, okay, especially with the promo to get started, 50% off, it's overvalued. So all the people out there, it's just that a lot of people don't know that it's here. They don't know that we do 7 live sessions a week, where we trade 7 days a week. They don't know you can get an Autobot service within a subscription. All right. They don't know about the trade community, which to me is the most valuable thing, is being amongst your peers and like-minded people. All right. And actually being able to learn from them. And it's like iron sharpens iron. I learn on every single live session. I learned from Joe. I learned from Jordan. I learned from John Paul, Vincent, right? I learned from Dave. All right. I learned from all the snipers every time they're marking up. You know, I got my antennas on because I'm humble enough to know that I have a lot of growth to do still. All right. Because if we're not 100% accurate, we got growth to do. All right. And no one's going to be 100% accurate, but we could try, right? All right. We could try to do it. So I believe. Okay. So basically, guys, everybody's on their own timetable. Okay, just look at me as a testimony. 5 years, guys, 5 years, and so you guys just really cast the right out and think into the future, because the reason why people are having success much quicker in G.O.B.E is because of our community, is because of the education. All right, in these sessions that we're having daily to participate is expediting the process towards success. All right, and that's why people are having, like Brother Donovan's having success in 90 days. All right, Jordan's only been in the business since November. Okay, less than 6 months, and look what he's able to do in the charts. And most people here have probably been in business less than a year, less than 6 months, and you're already marking up charts. Okay, you're already much further along than I was whenever I first got started trading almost 5 years ago, way further along. Okay, so hopefully that inspires somebody. I'm gonna go and keep the call rolling and pass it over to our brother Mike Taylor. I see him back there. Mike Taylor, how you feeling this morning?
Feeling awesome, man. I'm not gonna lie. Today another one of those days where I absolutely don't know what I'm about to say, but hey, let's talk about it. First of all, I do want to give a shout out to Sherry, Donovan Gallo. Great testimonies. Appreciate those words, Jordan and Kenny. You've been holding it down, brother. And but I guess I could just speak for what was on my mind before we got on this call, because I'm here packing, and I was just thinking, right? And I was just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? What a difference a year makes. Like 1 year. Like I joined G.O.B.E Trade House April the 28th, 2020, in the middle of the pandemic. You know, I was one of those people that kind of felt like they knew. I ain't gonna say I thought I knew it all, but because I was making money online and I was making it consistently, I just felt like as long as I got up and did what I was supposed to do, then I felt like, hey, man, I don't need to hear all that, whatever. I don't need to know about this Forex stuff, man, residual income, whatever. I'm getting money residual because I'm getting it out the mud every day. And I was being successful that way. And eventually, you know what I'm saying, when COVID hit, the company I was working for, they shut down. There wasn't any other companies out there that did it the way that the company I was doing it did it. So it was a hard transition to try to figure out how to get some extra money immediately, right? So eventually I had to bow down and say, forget it. I know it's been like 7 years or so, but got bills to pay, got a son to take care of. You got to humble yourself and go ahead and get this factory job. The whole time for 3 or 4 months, Kenny had constantly been hitting me up. You know what I'm saying? Constantly. Bro, I get it. You know what I'm saying? When you see, you know, sometimes I forgot who said this. It's an actual wrestler. I don't know who watched WWE in here, but it's a wrestler named Bobby Lashley. And he said he just became champion. And he said that one of the main reasons he became champion because a guy that was a friend of his named MVP kept telling him, hey, you should be champion. So he said, I had to believe in somebody's belief in me, right? And that's what I had to do in Kenny. Kenny saw something in me and was like, bro, you doing it, but you doing it the wrong way, because if you was doing what you doing in this arena, your residual income would be crazy. So he stayed on me, and God blessed me to have Kenny to hit me up at the perfect time, because I literally told Kenny, like me and Kenny joke about this all the time. He wants to go back in the inbox and find the original messages to hear my excuses, because he hit me up about 4 or 5 times, and every time I had because you know I'm a salesperson, so I had a damn good reason why I shouldn't join, you know, every time. And but eventually I got into this business, and when I first got in, I ain't gonna lie, I was intimidated by the Forex, but I knew that I was a salesperson, and I knew that people like Forex, so I was like, I can sell it, you know what I'm saying? And if I could just figure out the basics. Had no interest in the Forex initially. However, when I started bringing people into the business, I started noticing that people was making money like right off the bat. And a lot of these people had no idea what Forex was before I introduced them. So I'm like, how are they getting it on so quick? Well, what I found out is if I would have actually took the time to go through the fast start training, then all I would have had to do is set up my Forex account and at least copy and paste the trades, and at least I can profit off those. And when I saw how easy it was, I started actually doing it. So to be able, so what Donovan said, when he said we're getting fed, like he's right. Like don't get me wrong. The idea is to know how to master the charts, to become a master analysis, you know, to be able to know exactly how to look at these charts yourself and make money anytime you feel like it. But in the meanwhile, it's a reason why we say earn while you learn, because you can literally earn just by participating and just copying the trade. Like this month, what we like 88%? Like, I don't know about y'all, but if I went to the store and they said every time I buy a scratch off, I was gonna win 88% of the time, I just need to show up for a 1 hour webinar every day. I think I'm gonna show up to that store every day and watch that webinar so I can get that lottery ticket, because those are pretty good percentages. But when I look at this whole journey in hindsight, I just think about, you know, how did I get here? You know what I'm saying? How did I get to the point where I was literally holding on, working at the warehouse, literally walked off the job 3 weeks, bold. I would never suggest anybody do that, because it's funny, because as soon as I got off the job, then I started having problems with the other company getting paid. Like, you talk about, you can ask Kenny, it was a rough summer on your boy. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I was making money, I was having trouble get it in my hands, because that company was having so many payment issues, which is something that I'm glad we never have ran into here in G.O.B.E Trade House. However, when I look at things in hindsight, how did I get this far? And it was one key thing. In the other business, they had what they call ranks, right? Which means in order for you to level up, they made it plain and simple for you. You got to get 10 people. You got to get 25 people. You got to grow a team of 75. You got to grow a team of 250 and so on, right? So what would happen is every day you would wake up and you would be chasing. You would be chasing. You like, I got to knock this out quick because I got to get to the next rank. I got to get to the next rank. I got to get to that next rank. And even though they did us wrong at the end, once again, that was some of the best training that a person could ever get, because it makes you keep going. It makes you keep chasing. So the lesson that I learned from this is, I want to say this: set goals for yourself. Like if you got a Forex account and you like, for example, let's just say you want to make, you know, I just want to know who I'm talking to. For right now, we're not talking about, you know what I'm saying, how much you want to be rich off of. How much money per week would be a good amount for you to consistently make right now that'll be satisfactory profit every week? Just give me some numbers. Is it 1,000 a week, 500 a week? Is it 250 a week? Is it 10,000 a week? Like, let me see some numbers in the chat. Who am I talking to here? 2,500. What else we got? We got $1,000 a week, 5K, 2K. Who else we got? I'm just trying to get an average number, and then I'm actually gonna do a math formula for you off the top of the head. Okay, all right. So what I'm saying is, most of y'all will be good with about 2,000 a week, 8,000 a month. That's almost 6 figures a year, right? So how do you get $2,000 a week, right? Well, the first thing you need to do is let's just take crypto out of it for a second, because we know you can make a lot of money on crypto. Let's just stick straight to the regular 5-day trading week. And to be honest, a lot of times on a 5-day trading week, we only really trade 4 of those days, give or take. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how I go. So let's just say 4 days, which means you need to figure out how to make $500 a day, right? In order to make $500 a day, then you need to be able to pretty much run you need to be able to do about maybe $25 a pip and collect about 20 pips a day. Okay, so you need $25 a pip, right? So now that you know that, when you run that bag up, or when you build in your account, you need to figure out whatever you amount. What if you put 1,000 or whatever? Figure out what lot size and how many pips you need to make your amount per day. And then all you need to do is stick to a plan on that account where you just chase 10 or 20 pips a day, and whatever you choose, and you just do that. Just do it. Like, if your account balance needs to be $3,000, for example, right? You get it up to 3,000. Then once you get it up to 3,000, you say, hey, if I do a 0.1 and I collect 20, 30 pips a day, then you just focus just on that account, and you pay yourself each and every week. You still got your auto buy. You still got the run the bag up challenge. You still got your residual income. You got multiple streams of income inside of this business, but you got to set goals for yourself, and you got to pay yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay yourself. And also stick to that demo. Like just because you might not want to overtrade. You might see a lot of trade opportunities. Sometimes you might be in too many trades, but that don't mean don't take the trade at all. Get inside that demo account and see what the market is doing. If you're going to take some chances, if you want to, especially if you're trying to learn how to trade on your own, your demo should be your best friend. Like I always tell people when they come into this business, that the main thing you want to do is not be worried about how much money you're making right off. The only thing you want to worry about is, can I get this skill down? Like, can I, like, and the skill is more than just reading the charts. Can you even get the skill to make sure you executing the trades right when they're sent out? You know what I'm saying? Like all of that counts, but make sure you just make sure that you're a profitable trader. Because once you're a profitable trader, then you can make money each and every day. If I'm gonna take some losses, if I'm gonna take some lessons, I would rather do it on the demo account, right? Now it's gonna happen on your real account, but you can be more risky. You can get more used to what's going on in the market and see how the market really moves on certain pairs. Like a smart idea to do is to take, if you like a certain pair, is to trade on it with a demo constantly each and every day so you can really see how that pair moves. Like, so you can get used to that particular pair. I've heard a lot of traders say, hey, I just got this one pair and I'm making thousands of dollars off a month because I know this one pair like the back of my hand. Like that one pair, whether it's gold, whether it's US versus JPY, whatever the case may be. But in closing, I just want to say this, Kenny. I appreciate you, brother. I never met this brother in person, which is crazy. And I'll be honest, like, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Now, I done had friends that I was cool with from 12 to 32, like 20-year friendships, 10-year friendships, 5-year friendships. Me and Kenny been knowing each other maybe 3 or 4 years, but we really got cool when we got into this business over this past year. And me and his friendship has had way more impact on my life than anybody I ever had a friendship with that I've even been in person. So I'm looking forward to meeting you, brother, in the next couple of days. And H-Town, I'm on my way. Gonna be great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mike. Let's get 777 in the chat for Mike Taylor. Super proud of this brother in so many different ways. And it's crazy that I've never met Mike in person. I've been, like you said, I've been knowing for about 3 to 4 years. I would always find him in online affiliate marketing businesses. He's been doing that for a long time, which is why his affiliate training is so powerful. And basically all he is saying is that, you know, I will watch Mike average 4 or 5 sales a day in this affiliate program on a certain product. And I would always tell him that if he applied that to something residual, then he can get paid continuously monthly on it, like a subscription rather than get a one-time payment. It took a while because the brother was making good money, but eventually he took advantage of it. And now Mike, from where he was, like he said, less than a year ago, working in a warehouse, okay, for a moment, now he's making 6 figures, guys. So it goes to show you how powerful this program is if you take advantage of it and you stick to it. All right. And like I said, brother, never met you, still never met a person. Mike is about to move to Houston, Texas, where G.O.B.E Corp is, where we're at out here. Okay, where our office is out here, because we're about to start our international expansion. Okay. Let me tell you guys something. One thing, what's happening at G.O.B.E Trade House, we've really been working on our foundation, getting all of our foundational pieces together, make sure all of our systems are in sync, make sure our auto billing, everything's in sync, our infrastructure, our office space, before we really wanted to start doing some advertising. One thing, G.O.B.E Trade House has grown to the point where it is right now with 0 paid advertising, 0. This is all word of mouth, okay? So what we're about to do, guys, in G.O.B.E Trade House, okay, with e-commerce and with paid advertising, is about to get crazy. But we wanted to make sure that our foundational pieces are in place. And everybody here has the ability to do it because your link on G.O.B.E Trade House is your own e-commerce store, okay? You have to look at it that way. There's so many different creative ways you can market this thing. And we're going to have a lot of Instagram training, Facebook ad training, all types of stuff dropping real soon for those really who want to build a residual income, okay, using this digital product, using e-commerce. It's about to go crazy, okay? And especially with the percentage cuts, it's going to be an amazing deal. So now that our foundation is in place, we're about to do our first trip. All of our core is in Houston. you guys are in the right place at the right time. Okay. And I'll just say timing and positioning are the keys to success. All right. And the timing is right now. All right. To actually build yourself up, learn all the skills you need to do. Because when the floodgates open and the rest of the world gets an idea of what we offer in G.O.B.E for the price point, okay, who are these people going to be signing up with? They're going to be signing up with you guys because you guys are already in. All right. So when the word gets out, it's going to be really good to put yourself out on social media, really good to put yourself out there. Okay. And to start branding yourself. And in Miami, we're going to be able to do a lot of good branding, a lot of lifestyle footage. Shout out to everybody that's going to Miami. But thank you, Mike, for that great testimony. Truly appreciate that, brother. And I will be seeing you on Thursday. All right. So other than that, guys, I appreciate everybody tuning in to Coffee in the Morning with G.O.B.E. We're out. I believe we're going to have a lunch and learn today. Joe has to get on a flight. Jordan, we're doing a lunch and learn with you today. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I figured today's topic is going to be trend line since we have not touched up on that in a while. And I will say this about the office. When you're ready to build your second office in Denver, Colorado, come talk to me.
All right. Absolutely, brother. I already know that'd be a great place to have it too. So this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning of our empire. And we're going to keep on building, expanding nationally, internationally. And there's so much stuff that we could do, so much opportunity happening, okay, because everything that we're growing is in-house with our foundation. So shout out to everybody who's in now, and we're going to keep on growing this to the moon. So other than that, guys, if you want to go ahead and stay on right now, we're going to go ahead and stop the recording. All right. And Jordan will start the lunch and learn probably in the next 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes or so. So go ahead and grab yourself some lunch or something to drink and just stay online and let's get some education to bring your knowledge just a step further. All right. Peace, everybody. Go be great. Go be in Miami. And we'll see you guys later on. Everybody have a great day. See you on the Asian session. Peace.
That'll be great.